Hey everybody, this is update 8 or 9 on the 68 Pontiac Catalina station wagon. This one. So it's been a while. Last time, if you guys remember, told you that I had a leak in the right at those ducts. Let me open this hood. God dang it. Right there. Covered it up, and it still leaks because I didn't cover it up right. So I'm going to cover it up again and actually try to do it right this time. So here's the update. I've got this tarp that I use now to cover up the whole front windshield onto the hood so it rolls off of the hood, the water when it rains, until I fix this the way it's supposed to be. With that being said, got the car running. I went underneath the dash onto the firewall, fixed that fuse box, cleaned it up as best as possible, got all brand new fuses in there, and everything now works. Lights, car, been driving it for a couple weeks now with that fixed. And the crazy thing is as soon as I turned on the car, the windshield wipers started working, which was pretty amazing. But now they don't work again and the fuse isn't blown. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. But either way, so here's the new update. Car still leaks. That's why the tarp is very well needed. Car leaks up here. Here it seems pretty solid right here. I don't see where it would be leaking, but it does leak. I don't know why, besides the fact that maybe the rubber seal, this black seal, could be bad. I thought it was just leaking here, so I taped it off right here into here, and I sprayed some Flex Seal. Don't think that did anything. So there's that. I think it's possibly leaking here. I'm not sure. But even on the other side, it's leaking there too. I believe it's leaking somewhere along here, possibly there, or possibly here. I don't know. It still leaks. And the only thing I can think of to do it maybe a more expensive way, or possibly the right way is usually the expensive way, is to have a window company take it out and reseal it. But that's not the only place it leaks. So let's go see where else it leaks. So on the quarter window, it leaks right down in here. You might be able to see there's some water drops and dirt on the outside, but there's some water drops on the inside. And as you can see here, there's a nice good gap right there that the water leaks in from. Now, honestly, it only leaks if you're rinsing off the car with a hose, because the rain isn't coming down here and bouncing into there. It's just not doing that. But on the opposite quarter window, it doesn't leak anywhere here, which is great. But as I showed in a previous video, if water were to fall down here, look at that. You can see the window, and then that goes straight into the car. And I honestly, pushing this as far as it'll go, I don't understand how this even seals, because it doesn't go all the way down. So I'm not really sure. I mean, even pushing it down, it doesn't seal this gap. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I drive it only when there's no rain in the forecast because of this reason. But that's the update. And this rear window stopped working. So I'm more than sure I know what the issue is. I think when it rains, the water goes down into that little gully, and then the window regulator's right here. And I think the water is dripping down straight onto that window regulator. Now, I don't have any proof of that, but that's what I think is happening, because why else would that stop working? With that being said, because this window doesn't work, the window goes into this channel, and you cannot open up the tailgate without that window down. So I do need to figure out how to prevent the rain from getting there. I've got to open up that tailgate panel from the inside and see if I can't get to the window regulator. It shouldn't be that hard once that panel's open, because after that it's just the inner door seal for the tailgate, and that should be able to let me get to the window regulator down there. I'm hoping. But I'm not too concerned about that right now either. I kind of want to just enjoy this maybe over the summer until the winter comes, and then I can start working on all these imperfections. Although it would be just nice to have it all fixed, so I wouldn't have to worry about any of this. And speaking of these tires, wow, I can see why they were only $36, and I can see why I ended up getting them for free, because of their glitch. These white walls are just cheapy tires. That's what you get, though. That's what you get when you buy cheap stuff. You get stuff that doesn't work that good. But somehow these tires are better than the other tires, but at the same time, they're the same exact tires. So I don't know why these are more white or less yellow than the other side. But either way, that is the latest update. Oh, well, I guess I could do another update. You see this going on right here? When I drive it for an extended period of time, say like an hour, this engine or the radiator gets extremely hot and starts to overflow to the point of billowing out of the overflow tank. I mean, it's all over the inside of the hood. I wiped down this so it's not as bad, but you can see it all right in here. I think the thermostat sits in here and it's not telling the engine when to cool itself down. So I got to investigate that. But I mean, I still drive it. Don't get me wrong. Even though that's overheating, I try to drive it to where it doesn't overheat, but sometimes I can't avoid it. And as long as I keep putting coolant in there and water, I think I should be okay. I don't know. What the hell do I know? I'm not a mechanic. I just enjoy the cars to drive the cars. So that's the latest update. As soon as I fix that issue, maybe I can flex seal all of this the cheap way. Just keep flex sealing it and flex sealing it and flex sealing it, because I've got a whole can of flex seal. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess this is another update. To get this molding right here from anywhere that sells it, Classic Industries or anything, over $300 just for this piece. This whole piece right here. And they're on back order with no ETA date. So nobody has them. And I'm just lucky I have this tarp. That's the main thing. The tarp is saving this car from getting worse. And yeah, that's the latest update with this 68 Pontiac. So stay tuned for the next one. We'll see what happens. Until then, peace out. Sorry, one last thing I forgot to add. Second part of this new update. So the alternator isn't charging the battery. So I keep the battery negative cable unhooked when I park it, just so it doesn't kill the battery. The great thing about, that is an easy fix. O'Reilly's told me, I think $69 or $79 to get a brand new alternator. That's not bad. I thought it'd have been more. So that's in the works to get a new alternator. And I've got a theme for the car. I said I was going to old school lowrider, 70s style, but now I'm gonna go old school 70s lost lowrider, as if I found it in a barn or on the side of somebody's house, just sitting out there wasting away. So the wheels, the tires, the rims, it doesn't bother me that they're yellowing or tanning like this, because in the situation of a car sitting outside for 30 plus years, tires would end up being dirty. Rims would end up being rusty. I've shown this before, but there's rust. And that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, because that's the whole point of why I got these rims like this. This is pretty bad. But I don't feel like I need to fix them, because they fit the look of the car. You got this really crazy faded primer, which I'm going to keep. The only difference is I'm going to put a 70s style lowrider paint job on top of it. Panels, scales, endless lines, probably cobwebbing. Who knows it? I'm going to put it. It's all of it's going to be on there. And then I'm going to fade it all to match this so it blends in. There could be completely faded panels and areas on the paint that completely faded out so you don't see it anymore. Or it could just be that you see all of it and it's just faded like the paint job is. I like that idea of a lost, forgotten lowrider from the 70s, and I've got a name for it. So on these quarter windows, being that it's a Pontiac Catalina, I'm going to call it Bella Catalina. So kind of like the movie Up in Smoke, Cheech had Love Machine on the quarter window. I'm going to put Bella Catalina on here to really give it that 70s, 80s style lowrider themed idea. So that is the second part of this update. I've got a theme. I've got a drive to make it happen. Now I just got to pull it off and execute it. So stay tuned. There'll be more updates as I go. They just might be slow because I don't have that much money. So we'll see what I can do and how I can pull it off. Until then, see you next time. Fixed that fuse box around 9 o'clock in the morning that day. As soon as I started it up and it worked, I hit the road and went straight to the first car cruise I could get to. And this is me rolling.